Hello, and welcome to this commentary track that I thought I'd do to celebrate the release of Embrace the Arcane, which has just dropped today on all platforms. So if you want to go and listen to that and then come back here to hear me yabber on about it, then that would be much appreciated. So if you've been a fan of Underking for a long time now, you might have watched the pre-production video called Demon a while back, and that's kind of morphed itself into Embrace the Arcane over time. So what I talk about in that video is I kind of talked about the inspiration behind the track, and a big part of that was this piece of graffiti that I discovered while walking before a Ramstein gig a couple of years ago. And I just thought it was such a weird and strange piece of artwork, and I knew I had to write a song about it. Much like the mask, actually, which started from the artwork and then progressed into the song, which is something I don't normally do very often, but it kind of has good results I'm finding so far. But yeah, it kind of started with this Slipknot-esque riff, I guess, but it kind of morphed itself into a Black Sabbath ghost trad metal inspired riff, which all of my stuff seems to do, which is fine with me. I'm a big fan of classic rock, classic metal, so if that's what comes out, then that's what comes out. But I also listen to a lot of modern stuff, which has a lot of time signature changes, and I kind of realised that I hadn't done that in a single track so far, so that needed to change with this one. So from the verses into the choruses, I guess it is, it kind of transitions from 4/4, what most people are used to, into 6/8, which most people are used to, I guess, but it was new for me, and I think I've done it quite well. And that's the bit where the harmonies, which you might have kind of got used to for Underking so far, kind of come out the most, which I think is really good. I really like harmonies. I like doubling things up. I get that from Ghost, so be it. And then that kind of goes back into the main riff, which I guess is the main hook, the Embrace the Arcane bit. So I suppose that nicely transitions into talking about the lyrics, which kind of focus around mental health, like I've done before on The Mask and Fading Colour. But I think this is a bit more, mature, I guess, and it's not overtly talking about, it's not using the words sad, mental health, depression or whatever, because I thought that would be a bit cringe, a bit cliche at this point. And so I decided to put this fantasy spin on the whole topic, which is what I normally do. Hex, Witch Hammer and all that kind of stuff. I like my fantasy. I like it's a form of escapism for me anyway. I always wish I was off, gallivanting in Middle Earth or whatnot. But yeah, so this arcane that I'm mentioning in the song, this unknown, is this feeling of being, getting out of depression and embracing that feeling of this unknown headspace of being really positive. And it references voices all the way through, which is kind of stereotypical, but still nonetheless real. Like voices in your head telling you that you can't be happy, or this, overthinking this, or stressed out about that. And it's still kind of a relatively untrodden topic in my lyrics, and something I'm still coming to terms with. Making a positive out of a negative situation. And the lyrical content kind of influenced the midsection of the song, which turned into this muse-like harmonized vocals, synthy, proggy elements and stuff in the middle. And I really wanted to emphasize that this solo was the moment where narratively you break out of this negative headspace and go somewhere positive. And that's why the solo sounds really, to me, uplifting and is meant to be so. But I suppose the real highlight of this track is the riffs, namely the main riff variation, which is that bouncy one that was kind of born out of necessity for a bit of variety. I didn't want to keep repeating the main riff over and over and over again, which gets a bit boring. So I kind of came up with this as a bit of a sucker punch to the listener, and I'm personally very proud of that one. I think it's really simple, but really, really quite effective. And the outro breakdown, which is just a bit of fun. I thought, why not close the song out with my heaviest riff to date and see what people think, I guess. So let me know in the comments wherever you're watching this if you really dug it, because I'm thinking about incorporating a few more of those modern kind of sounds into my music. So thank you for listening to this commentary track for Embrace the Arcane, which, like I said earlier, is out everywhere now. So if you'd like to listen to it, you can find it on Spotify, this channel, on YouTube, Bandcamp, wherever you get your music. And there's a lot more to come in 2021. So I hope you all have a good Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Cheers.